Hello YouTube, thanks for watching. So this video I'm going to talk about tracking and how to track your traffic as it goes through your entire funnel. Now, although I've got my livegood screen up here, this tutorial will actually help other people who are not in livegood, because I'm going to be going over LeadsLeap stuff. All right, if you don't know what LeadsLeap is, get on the link below. You can grab a free account, but LeadsLeap is what I myself and many of my team are using to market our businesses as a whole. Whether you're in livegood or regardless of what business you're promoting, it's a full-blown marketing system that launched in 2008, and they will give you everything you need in order to market any kind of business imaginable. But I use it obviously to market my livegood business, my traffic sources, my marketing systems, my other income streams and various things, and I've used it for probably 3 or 4 years now. Solidly. I give out a lot of training. Anyway, let me just share it because this is LeadsLeap. So this is, it's like a package. You've got your LeadsLeap, everything inside LeadsLeap in terms of page builder, funnel creator, mailing list system, traffic rotators, tracking, links that you can set up here, and so much more. And you can also advertise on this platform as well. Your businesses. As you see the advertisements here, so even as a free member you can actually advertise, which is unheard of. Imagine you go to Facebook or Google and you say, I want to advertise my business but I don't want to spend any money. You'll be laughed out of the room. But with LeadsLeap, as a free member, you don't have to pay a dime and you can still advertise on this platform. Okay, so incredible. But anyway, as I say, this video is about how to track your entire, funnel process. So let's say you've got some traffic sources. Okay, let's say that you're marketing your businesses on different traffic sources, and you want to be able to track that traffic as effortlessly as possible without having to create brand new funnels specific to those traffic sources, or because obviously you do want to have a funnel up. Obviously the easy option is you could just send the traffic directly to your corporate page or whatever, but that's crazy because number one, you shouldn't be doing that anyway. Because you want to collect those leads, and cold traffic is not going to convert immediately, and once they see your page and they decide not to do it, you've lost them completely forever. But if you collect them on a what we call a funnel, or a lead capture page, some people call it a squeeze page, whatever, or a landing page. If you collect their email address on that page and then you pass them through the funnel to a bridge page, or you can call it a thank you page, and then collect their lead, and you start add them to your mailing list and you start sending out emails, then you're going to have an unlimited opportunity to nurture them, to build up a relationship with them, to guide them through the funnel, so that eventually they take action one way or another. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to guide you through. But the difficulty is with any platform, any marketing system, it's quite difficult to track the whole process, especially when you're in network marketing, because you don't have the control of, for example, so you've got your tour page here, but once they're in on the corporate page, okay, and I'm talking very generic here, and I'm not necessarily talking about livegood, but once they're on the corporate page and they opted in, they signed up, you've got no way of tracking that moving through the funnel. Now, obviously, this aspect is only exclusive to livegood, so I can't help people in other companies, from this process. So really, what I'm talking about, guys, is let's just throw up a diagram here. So what I've got here is I've got a kind of a presentation here to show you what I'm talking about. So what we have here with LeadsLeap, we have a URL. This is a sort of a standard URL for LeadsLeap. Okay, now LeadsLeap also allow you to put your own domain on there, but I'm not sure how the tracking works with if you're using your own domain. And the other issue about using your own domain, it usually throws errors. That's why I generally don't use my own domain. And obviously a lot of marketers think I'm breaking the rules by not using a domain, but honestly, guys, I've never really used my own domain, because the issue is that when you don't have a proper HTTPS and when you're just forwarding from using a domain to an HTTPS domain, you're going to you may not realize this, but you're actually throwing errors to your leads, and they're just going to click off and just not continue using going through your funnel. But that's just for another video. Okay, what I'm going to talk about here is the LeadsLeap platform. This is the LeadsLeap link. Okay, and actually, with the black text here is typically the actual page itself. So if you went just to the page HTTPS and then you got the llpg.com/page1, that's your main raw page. Okay, but anything after that is the tracking. Okay, so when you put a little tracking code at the end there, the whole thing gets tracked. Now, that many of you know that already. What I'm talking about is how to pass that tracking through the funnel, and as you go through the funnel, they opt in on the mailing on your lead capture page. They click the button, they put their email address in there, and on the very next page, they get onto what we call a thank you page or a bridge page or whatever, and the tracking is still there. Okay, and some of you know how about this as well, but it's important for people to understand because normally the tracking will, for a lot of marketing systems, the tracking has stopped at this point. You can't track it through the funnel, or you can't track it as you go through, unless you know how to sort of set up a built-in code or whatever, so that you can track it as it goes through the funnel. But with LeadsLeap, you've got a very easy way of doing it, and you can pass the tracking sort of code, if you like, through the funnel, and it retains the URL. So now we're on page 2, but the tracking is still on the end there, which is important, because then when they click this button, not only do they get onto the mailing list, but the tracking is now still there. And I'm going to show you how all the links in the emails are going to retain your tracking code at the end there. And then you're going to be able to pass, whether they go directly from there straight into the website, or whether they just click on an email. You can't control that. Some people will go directly and click. So they'll click from this button, immediately get onto the free tour website, boom, and you still got the tracking there. Some people might ignore that and then go straight to the email. But what I found, this is where I've been stuck up until now, is how to track, if they just hesitate and they don't get onto your website, and then later on they think, okay, they get an email from you down the road, maybe 3 or 4 days down the road, and they think, okay, I'm going to have another look at this, click it, and then from there they go to this website, which is your free tour website, and it's still got the tracking right there. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do that. And then why is this important? Because most of you know that it's important to get that tracking on the URL when they go to livegood, because livegood will continue to track the process. So once they go in, you can go into your statistics area in your livegood back office, and then you can see, because in the statistics in your back office, you'll be able to track what's going on with your leads. Are you getting hits from that tracking source? Are you getting pre-enrollees from that tracking source? And then right the way through to the upgrade, are you getting upgrades from that tracking source? So yes, right from the initial URL that you share out and you advertise on, maybe a traffic exchange, a safe list, any kind of mailer, Facebook post, or YouTube link, or wherever you're posting your link, this would be the link that you would share out to your lead capture page. You collect the lead, they put their email address on the lead capture page, they click the button, the tracking code stays on the page 2, it's passed through onto the next page. Even if they click here and go directly to the livegood tour page, they still have that tracking link there. Okay, or if they ignore this page and then they get the emails sent to them, you can still have the tracking link, the tracking code at the end of the URL there. And then even if they end up clicking that link and then going from there into the livegood tour and put their name and email address there, that tracking will be with them for life, regardless of what they do. They could come to this page, they could ignore it, or they get another email from you. And even if you broadcast within LeadsLeap an email or whatever, or an automated follow-up message, when they click the link in that email down the road, or 6 months down the road, the tracking will always be there. And this, for me, is essential to be able to know. Why do you want to know this information as it gets passed through? Well, the reason is because if you know what original tracking, or in other words, or traffic or advertising platform, or whatever platform you're using, I mean, you don't have to call it track one as I have. You can call it Facebook, you can call it YouTube, you can call it whatever. So this is your own personal internal label that you use, and it shows you exactly how to label your different tracking sources, because track one was the original thing that you put on the end there. So when you share out this whole link on a platform, the whole track for that particular traffic is going to be registered, as a traffic source that gets completely tracked. So why is that important? It's important because if you know where your signups are coming from, then obviously from that point on, you're going to spend more of your time to scale up that particular traffic. So if you know that all of a sudden, when you come back here in your back office of LiveGood and you see, okay, well, I'm YouTube seems to be really performing well here, I'm going to scale up YouTube. I'm going to do more YouTube videos. Now, of course, you've got to bear in mind that maybe these examples here were a poor example, because they're completely different traffic sources. For example, when you're dealing with cold traffic, it's going to perform differently, obviously. But and Facebook and YouTube are going to perform differently, because the thing I love about YouTube is that they're seeing you on video. They if you're doing, some people do faceless videos, that's different. But if you're getting yourself out there and you're putting your face out there, you're branding yourself, people will have a kind of a connection to you. The thing I found with video is that it automatically qualifies the lead, and as a warm lead, in my opinion. It really converts them much faster, because they're seeing you on screen, they're getting warmed up to you, and that's what it's all about. So YouTube is a very clever kind of funnel system in itself that has a very clever job of warming people up. It's not particularly necessarily YouTube itself. It's just the fact that you're doing videos. It's just the fact that you're putting your face out there. Some people will like you, some people will connect with you, some people won't. But for me personally, I found that YouTube has been fantastic because it really connects with people. So you're going to get some good results, but it's always good to know what's really working. But again, I mean, with just by putting a generic label, YouTube itself is you can go deeper. I mean, let me just show you what I do. So when I'm in my back office of LiveGood, what you do is you go to statistics, okay, and then what you do is you go to source statistics, and then you can see. So what I do is I always do individual YouTube tracking, okay. So I don't just put YouTube. So I put YouTube here, okay, but more importantly, I've put in specific YouTube tracking codes. This is just my own personal internal kind of label. But what I purposely do is every single YouTube. So for example, if I forget what's this YouTube video specifically, so I copy that end part, because this is actually the YouTube video itself. So I just put that YouTube video. This is actually a YouTube video ID. So I put that code at the end there onto a YouTube video, and then I can see exactly what video it is that performs so well. But as you can see, different things like Mega Marketing Pro performs well. My Lead Gen Secret performs well. Traffic Zest is pretty good. Wholesale Premium Traffic is good. I mean, I'm just testing things all the time. So, I'm not doing everything at the same time. So I do one thing or the other, and then go back to it. But then Facebook, that's a specific post. That's a LeadsLeap pop-up for LeadsLeap. One of my exit pop-ups. that I put on my capture pages. So, I mean, I'm tracking everything as you see. It's so many pages. I'm not going to go through everything. But the point is that when I'm testing a traffic source, I want to be able to test the whole process from start to finish. So anyway, let me just show you, okay, without making this video too long. For starters, obviously, with regards to livegood, how you're tracking it, there's a little tutorial there, so you can learn how to use the tracking. So you put that at the end of your after your user ID, and you can change the label there for that. But what I want to show you is how to track it through with LeadsLeap. So what you do is, so let's say you've got a page. Okay, so you go to page manager. So let me just pick up a random page. I'm going to, okay, so let me just, okay, so this page here, for example. So this is a splash page, okay? So with, with a LeadsLeap URL, you can put anything at the end, okay? So let's go back here. Okay, so you've got a page here. When you click use, it'll give you a little tutorial of how you can use the tracking. All you're really doing is putting a little word at the end of the URL. That's all you need to focus on. So this is the page. So if I put in test 1, 2, 3 and I click enter, the button here is going to go and it's going to retain the test onto the next page. Okay, and the reason why that works is because what I've done in the editor, if I go to launch editor, okay, and then I select the button, okay, and then where it says URL, where it's going to the next page, I put the tag. Okay, I'm going to just zoom in here. Okay, hold on a minute. So I've zoomed in a little. I put the little tag there. Okay, you can actually use the tag here. Okay, it actually gives you a little tutorial about how to set up this tag. So you can actually mouse over the question mark and learn about how to use the tag. So by putting this tag here at the end there, will automatically replace that tag with whatever you've got in the URL. So in my case, I put in test 1, 2, 3. So now that button will automatically put that test 1, 2, 3, and it'll pass it through onto the next page it clicked through. And the same thing. So now that now we've done that. Now next thing I want to do is I want to show you with the next redirect page. So this is the redirect page. Okay, that's the page we go on to next. So let me show you in the editor. Okay, so now on this page where we got the free tour and livegood, if I select this button here and I look to see where it goes to the livegood tour. But at the end there, okay, it's got the source equals, but then it's got the tag. Okay, so anything that you've passed through that page is going to have that tag in place. So in this case, we've got test 1, 2, 3. So when I simply click this button, it's going to pass it through into at the end of the URL for livegood. So from that point on, when they put their name and email address and they take a free tour, it's going to register that test 1, 2, 3 in my back office of livegood, and it's going to show them. It's going to show up. But also when you got a lead capture page in this case, and they opt in, it's also going to be able to do that. So when I set the lead capture page system up, okay, and I go to list here on the top left hand side, see my mouse is I'm going to move this. Okay, so I click that. So what I've got here, again, it says you can actually put in the source, okay, at the end. So my redirect is also going to retain the, so basically wherever you put this little code here at the end of the URL, it's going to retain whatever you have at the end of that URL. Now, if there's nothing there, if there's nothing present, it's just going to do nothing. So don't worry, you can't break anything. There's going to be no error. So you put that there, which is good. Now, so then on the very next page after they opt in, on the very next page, hold on a minute, which is my redirect to. This is the page that they will redirect to on the second page. This is what I call my bridge page, or my thank you page. They've still got another opportunity to join my free tour. So let me just launch this page and show you in the editor. So here's the free tour. If I select the button here and I show you what would happen, so it's got the Live Good free tour, and again it's got the source right here. So if you see the live page here, now it obviously hasn't got the test here because I opened up this page directly, so I didn't come through the funnel, so it hasn't got the test 1, 2, 3. So let me just add that in. But it would add that in if I'd actually come through and opted in. So now we've got that in that page, and it would be in there, if the lead had come through the funnel on the previous page. So I click that, and again it's still got it in there. Okay. The other good thing about, no matter what you're doing, you can keep, if I go to this page like traffic training and stuff like that, I keep it added in the URL. So whatever page they go to, no matter whatever page they go to in the funnel, if I've got a bunch of pages throughout the whole entire funnel, they still have the code at the end of the URL. Marketing tools, still got that in there. So if they go back to, for example, if they go to traffic step and they do whatever it is they want to do in the traffic step, and then right down at the bottom I've got another button that goes back to the share code page, and they click that, it's still got the test 1, 2, 3 at the end there, because every single button has that little tag, in that little personalization tag in each of the URLs. So it's all in there. So no matter what, so that's the funnel. Now, the next thing I want to share with you guys is, what about the emails? Now, this is actually a new feature that wasn't working before. So I'm going to just go over to my email list. All right. So now I'm in the email list manager. And I'm going to go to my email sequence. And I'm going to load up an email. So this would be the first email that comes through. Okay, so in other words, this is the welcome email. Okay, so when they verify, they'll get this email. So you've got a link here. And again, it says here you can actually put the source into the link and it'll retain. Okay, so when I put the link there, there's the source. Okay, so whatever, if a lead came through and their leads, if you look at the leads here, you see that the source has been databased. So people are coming through from YouTube. People are coming through from. Obviously I was doing tests and stuff. But yeah, as you can see, so no matter where they come from, and no matter where they're opting in from, you'll be able to, it'll tell me where the lead originally came from. Okay, so YouTube, for example, that kind of thing. So and also, in my signature as well. So in my email signature at the bottom of every email, so I've created the signature. So when I click on this link, it's also got the source. Okay, and I've tested everything; it all works. So I've opted in myself. I click the links. It retains everything. So the reason why it all sounds like a lot of extra work, but it's not really. It's just simply adding that tag everywhere. Making sure that no matter where the lead is potentially going to go throughout your funnel, including your emails and follow-up emails and your autoresponder and your welcome email and everything and your signature, just make it a habit of putting that tag at the end of that URL. And also just always make it a habit of whenever you share out your lead capture page initially, it's always got your initial tag at the end. So this would be the original page, and you just simply put in I don't know, some kind of tag, Facebook, if it's a Facebook post or whatever. It's always going to have that label at the end of the URL, and then when they click the button there, it's always going to have that tag in there. And if they join, and the other thing is you can also track LeadsLeap links as well. So when you click the LeadsLeap link, you know, it's going to have, you know, if you put the ampersand followed by S equals Facebook 1, you know, not the Facebook 1, but that's the tag. So if you put, you know, you can also track where your users are coming from. So my funnel tells me everything. Now, the great thing about this, guys, is that normally this kind of tracking would be, you know, you'd have to pay for this kind of tracking elsewhere. You know, there are companies or platforms that charge you $20, $30 a month exclusively just so that you can track your entire funnel in this way. So, you know, this is actually quite advanced tracking. And I mean, the other thing that I haven't really mentioned, I don't want to make this video too long, but you know, you can also, you know, as you can see here, for example, I'm also tracking my conversion A and conversion B. Now, and this is getting very technical, I understand, I apologize, but you can always mouse over what these are because they tell you. But what you can do is you can, you know, for example, if you click here, which is the convert A, you actually are given a code. You can actually put that code into so if this is the first page they come to, you can actually put the code into a redirect page, okay? So you know, here you click here, and I've got all the codes added into there. So if the user clicks into this redirect page, then that conversion has been completed in a sense. So you know, you realize that now I can see where the conversions are coming from. And so when you go to the statistics, you can actually see, you know, for example, you got traffic G, not much happening there at the moment. Facebook and LeadsLeap, you can see where the tracking goes. So if they went to conversion A, and you know that the conversion A is the first tracking redirect URL. Now, conversion B is another redirect. You could put this onto your next page, like your redirect 2, or so. For example, in my funnel, if I go back here, so this is, you know, when they click here, this is my first redirect page. But my second redirect page is the bridge page after this page. I don't think I've got it up. Oh, there, no, it's not. It's the second thank you page. After, you know, the next redirect page, that would be my redirect B. Okay, so yeah, this would be my redirect B. This is the bridge page. This is the kind of the thank you page after they opt in. Okay, so this page has also got a code. This is the code B. So now from these stats down here, I can actually see that from this video, they took action. They went to the first redirect. These people, and I got 19 of them went to the second redirect, and in other words, they opted in from this video on YouTube. Okay, so you know, there's so many things you can do to track everything, and you know, you can do split testing. You can really track things in and hammer things down. But you know, the other thing you can do is you've got other, you know, additional tracking tools like the tracking link, which does a pretty similar job. But you can also do the rotator. So right here, I've got my splash pages. I've got about 8 splash pages that are all set up in different rotators. So every time, so you know, what I do is I actually share this URL out, and again, you can use the tracking and put a tracking code at the end of this URL to track everything. You know, so you put all your lead capture pages in your own rotator. You know, so that when you send out that one URL onto a traffic exchange or advertising, they don't get the same page every time. So when they click it, this time they're getting this page. If they click it again, they get another page. If they click it again, they get another page. But regardless, it's still the same URL, and you can still put the tracking code like YouTube at the end there, okay? And it doesn't matter, you can refresh the page and it goes in, and it's still there. So regardless, if I click this button now, the YouTube tracking is still on that page, and they came in through a rotator, and then they opt in, and the whole process is being tracked. So, you know, from start to finish, you can have all your funnels set up, you can have all your redirect pages, you can have your thank you page, and everything gets fed into your primary business. They can get access to the other value, whatever it is you're promoting, your traffic sources, everything can be, you know, even LeadsLeap can be tracked, and you can see exactly what traffic source is performing. When you see what traffic sources are performing well, you can scale up onto those traffic sources, okay, and reduce your time and effort on the traffic sources that are not performing. Okay, this is how you, guys, this is really quite advanced stuff here, and I know it was technical, and some of you have probably dropped out by now, but if you're still watching to the end here, you've got some good tips here on how to set up a funnel. But guys, once you've set it up, I know it's a lot of work, it sounds like a lot of work, but once you've set it up, you just hammer traffic in this way, and you start to know exactly what is performing in terms of traffic, what is not performing. You just scale up your energy and time and effort, and you know, add funds and you add more money onto the traffic sources that are working, and you spend less time and effort and money onto the traffic sources that are not performing. That's why when I test out traffic sources, I know exactly what is performing and what isn't. Okay, and I spend less time on the traffic sources that are not providing me with results, and I spend more time on traffic sources that are providing me with results. And that's why I put all my traffic sources into my funnels, because not only am I promoting my main primary business and I put a percentage of the money that I earn back into my traffic, but I'm also covering the costs and paying for the traffic that I need every single week. And I just rinse and repeat, and I pay for traffic, I get leads, and I can also track this everything inside one marketing system, which is LeadsLeap, so that I know exactly what's performing, what isn't, and I just scale up only in the areas that are performing well. So if you follow this simple strategy, guys, and you get yourself set up once and for all, you can apply your efforts into the areas that are, you know, performing well for you. Hope that was useful, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you want to work with me, get on the link below. I'll put the link to this very funnel here, and you can go in and you can check it out, and you'll get access to absolutely everything, including the share codes. You'll get the traffic recommendations, you'll get the share codes, you'll get my marketing tools as well with my banners and tools, email swipes, and you'll be able to you know, set it up in this way. And don't forget, guys, when you get all these share codes, they become yours, so you can tweak it, you can edit it, you can do your own thing. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next training. Bye for now. Thanks.